Here we go. We're live. Here we go. Here we go. We're live. Here we go. Fresh Brew. We're alive. Here we go. Fresh Brew. We're alive. Yep. You've been waiting for this. Car Guy Coffee. Get you a sip. Yeah. It's so good. Go ahead and get you some. It's good. I said good a whole lot because it's really good. Fresh old pot.
Yes, it is. Hey.
Won't you get you some?
So anyway.
Yum. Hey guys, it's time.
It is time. You ready? I need to take a sip. Let me drink this a little second.
Get you. Hey, we are live. Still playing, still going, still showing. We are so excited.
Just trying to share it out there. Make sure you
trying to make sure we're still going. We're
Hey,
still
we are
getting
here.
ready to do this. There we are. We're there.
Yes, we
and
are.
you're here. Thank you so much for joining
Thank
us
you.
tonight.
Yes.
We are ready to have a cup of coffee and a conversation.
That's right, like we always do.
Get
about
you
this
some.
time. Cheers.
Good evening, my friends.
That's right. Hey, Car Guy Coffee.
Get you some. So,
Folks, as you can see,
hey.
before we get any further, man, if you're watching right now, share this,
Please.
share this.
Get,
I'm gonna
get
talk
somebody
about that.
into the brew. Hey, don't you
A little
like
better?
having a cup of coffee with more than one friend? It's exciting. And right now, since we're limited in the amount of people that we can be connected to, hey, let's go ahead and connect over a cup of coffee and a fun conversation.
Why not? Right?
Let's do what it is that we do. Let's brew, right?
What?
But before we do anything,
What are we
first
doing?
things first.
What's first
everybody.
thing first?
First things first, you all got to know about your 3 F's. What are those 3 F's? Forgive, focus, fly.
You know what's up. I know what's up.
The first move inside of this dance, friends, is forgive. And we are excited to be able to forgive any preconceived ideas of what it was that may have been something that can hold us back from being all that we can be. And wiping it off our shoulders, getting free enough to then focus on where it is that we want to go, what we want to accomplish, and who we actually want to help as we do our mission for this world. You are incredible solutionaries. If you have ever had a sip of Car Guy coffee, you know that we are brewing solutions for the people that want to make the world a better place in their sphere of influence and in the industry. And we just happen to be a couple of car guys. This is a Subprime hero.
Thank you very much. And this is my homeboy, the Car Guy, Lou Ramirez.
And there is a whole lot of good brewing that we have for you coming inside of the Car Guy Coffee podcast, Rise of the Solutionary series that turned into the new series of New Connections. And we are connecting with the Think Ad Group. And they are making sure
That's right.
that they are not bringing products, but they are bringing solutions. So they're talking our language, which makes it, of course, easier for us to all accomplish a mission.
Yeah.
And the main mission is to brew solutions so that you can keep growing. Huh?
That's right, man. Huh, you know, they are absolutely what we're all about. They're about brewing solutions. They're solutionaries all day long. This is a new connection of ours, which is this series, and we're real excited about these people.
Check it out.
To become friends with people like this it's part of the same mission. Now we're all, look, the Think Ad Group. You see that on his shirt right there, right? He's got it across his chest. The thing that's really awesome about the Think Ad Group and what's going on is that though we are all in different companies, we work at a dealership. We have the Car Guy Coffee podcast. They have their thing going on, which is amazing. And we're going to talk about that some more. And you're going to hear about that some more. But we all work for one common thing. So we're actually one company. That makes sense. We're trying to solve problems and help people. And that's what, so we do it from different ways, but we're one company doing the same mission. And that's what I love about it.
Because we're one people, you know, we are the world. We are one people, and we all have our particular brand that gets mixed into the brew of everybody else. So if you know somebody that has a good brew about what it is that they do inside of their life, encourage them to be part of the conversation, because we know that there's a lot of people that have a lot to offer that would be uplifting and upshifting to their entire approach to how they do life. And we want to be sure that we actually have them included in the conversation so that you can benefit from it. So share this with your friends. Again, make sure some of your people know that you're brewing solutions. And if you want other people to know that you're brewing solutions, get you one of these, get you a bracelet.
Or as I would say, earn you one of these. You know
why is it that you're always so excited, so happy, and so upshifted inside of your profession and uplifting inside of your approach to people? Well, it's because I'm drinking Car Guy coffee. Is there any other way to brew?
The Sisters of Solution. What? I love your video today. When you guys see this,
hey, they killed it.
When you ladies see this, that video was fire. It was. You dominated Lou's video. You beat mine. The challenge is on. I cannot wait to see where this ripple effect follows to, the butterfly effect or whatever you call it. It's amazing what you all did. It was cool. Both of them dropped at the same time. It was just like, I want to see that in slow-mo. By the way, speaking of slow-mo.
I have that. It's part of a special thing I'm working on. I have it actually in slow-mo, but I can give a little taste test. Maybe we'll see how this goes. We got to get ready to launch, folks.
We do.
Because it's not so much. I mean, it is a lot about what it is that we got going on and the people that we're connecting with. And we're so excited about all these different people that we're talking to that you aren't getting the chance to hear from yet.
Did you hear how fast he flew that out of his mouth? That was amazing. Eminem would have been like,
you know what my kids go through? They're like, what? But speaking of my kids, so he dropped the Together from the King and Country song. Great song. Check that out. Go to YouTube, look up Together for King and Country. It's a song that'll definitely upshift your heart and a message that needs to get basically to the voice of everybody that we are one. And understanding that we have a frequency that we all run on. And as we get in cadence and in sync together, we begin to actually produce a great sound, just like a great band. And when we're talking about a band, we're talking about a person who we honor his service to our country as he served as a trumpet player inside of the Army band. Oh. And he is on this show explaining to you how it is that he's trumpeting an entire movement of solutionaries that are trying to find a way to make people really think about how they approach their ads. So, folks, you might want to get you some of that. It's really important.
You definitely should.
That you listen to solutionaries.
Hold on a second.
Who's that? Justin Searle.
Justin Searle. Hold on
now,
a second.
some people in Kentucky say cereal that way. So I didn't, it was the spelling I tried to get with because it says Searle. And I, like Mr. T, Mr. T say, eat my Searle.
Lou, this just in. Hold on. Justin Searle and Derek Perez are both going to be on our live show on Thursday night.
That is just in, folks. That is what
just in.
Cool, fresh news.
That is just in. Searle.
Oh. Put that in your Searle.
Put that in your Searle. No, man.
That's exciting.
Not poking fun at
yes,
you at all.
That's going to be really fun. That's going to be really fun. Person, man. Hey, Justin's he's a car guy, and we know how to clown. If he's a soldier, he knows how to clown. He knows how to have a good cup of coffee and a conversation. And man, as soldiers that we play with, and anybody that ever served, we played with names. Man, did we clown people based on their names? People had their whole business was told by just their name, but I won't even get into that. That's a whole other conversation over a whole other cup of coffee.
Now, what memories? Those are what those are. Those are memories.
Great people.
In today's world, they might call it hazing. I don't know.
Getting hazed.
But anyway,
I got pictures, man. I didn't take it so well.
No one did.
I was so mad.
Hey, good times, good memories. Honor all veterans, man. Appreciate you guys. Appreciate
you.
everybody who did their service, who did what they were supposed to do while they were in it too. Because it's not just about doing the time. You also have to make sure you did it. Because people jumped in and just did dumb stuff when they were in. You know what I mean? They just kind of abused the system, while others came in and they achieved things that they never could believe they could achieve. So
never. And it's a bridge for that. That's when speaking of military. I mean, my heart goes into crazy places. I mean, my son is serving right now.
Cool.
He is currently inside of North Carolina, and he's doing incredible inside of his field, and he's fast tracking, and he actually would be the trailblazer inside of my education life that taught me to be everything that I complained about not having. You know what I mean?
Right.
And that was the right relationship with a father, and he has been the motivation for so much of my heart to do so good early in my life that it shaped the direction that I did everything else. And inside of the military, I learned a discipline that helped me to have honor, to be able to be the father that I had to be at that time, as many other soldiers have done. Because I don't have, you don't want to hit too much bad about my past. You know what I mean? It's the military helped me in incredible ways to find honor and to show myself to be an honorable person. So I know that it's done so much for so many, but I honor anybody that's ever completed a tour of any sort, especially those that have paid and some that have paid the ultimate.
You're right. 100%. No doubt.
100.
That's 100%. Appreciate everybody's service, including yours, Morgan Crabtree, my friend. Just a little brotherly love between the services. Air power. That's right. Hoorah. Air Force. That's right. Yeah, man. It's pretty cool. Appreciate you coming on, jumping in tonight, and throwing a little comment out there, man. Share this if you don't mind, man. I want everybody to hear this. Whether you're a car person or not, this is all about just happiness and good times and just trying to figure out how to get better every single day. In my business, obviously, I feel like this is what I'm good at, so I could talk about car stuff, but I think it translates to anything in life, really. When you really think about the basics of any business, it's fundamental. Just be a good person, be honest, work your butt off, and try to share and don't hold things and act like that you're the only person who needs to know something. It's good to be somebody who's needed, but who's somebody that's really needed is somebody who can show the way and lead, and then also understand how to follow. Because you have to not only be somebody who mentors, but also be mentored.
That's right. And
the greatest people are doing that currently, spending a lot of money doing that. So make sure that you do the same. We all need that. Whether we're young, as a parent, that's what you do for your child. You hope that they do the same thing with their friends. When you teach them good, you hope they pass that good on to their friends, which their friends get good too, and then they get that from their parents. And there's all this amazingness going out in the world. That's what you hope for, right? And that's the whole basis of like good life. We all want that. So I'm going deep into that. Rampage.
It gets deep on the Car Guy Coffee podcast. But we get real, and we get real with some incredible guests, and you're gonna love hearing what it is that they're talking about and what they have for your dealership to be successful. You'll be excited. You might want to listen. You might want to share with your friends. Kind of like you might want to share this right now.
Sure. Once again,
if you got a group, if you got another group that maybe needs a little bit of upshifting and uplifting inside of their life, say, hey, you want a cup of coffee? Car Guy Coffee.
Lead from the front. You're right. See, it translates everywhere.
That's right.
Whether it's just like anything,
just like the band,
like being a human. When you talk to somebody, you look them in the eye. That's basic sales. I don't understand how people don't get that, but that is basic sales. When you tell somebody something that you're going to do, you do it. Basics of life,
delivery,
always, your word is your bond. And that's so key. I've learned that a lot. I'm not always my whole life been honest. There was times I wasn't, but as I become older, I realize how valuable honesty is, and how valuable that is to people. So the more honest you are, whether it's bad or good, just as long as it's honest, people respect that, and your value as a human and as a employee, as a husband, as a brother, as a son, whatever it is that you are, whatever, that value goes way up. So just remember that, anybody who's listening right now, that is the key to life.
Because when we're not drinking Car Guy Coffee.
Mhm.
We are drinking a nice fresh glass of honest tea.
Okay.
I wish I had a bottle for that.
Yeah,
Um,
that would have been really.
oh man, that would have been good if I had the bottle.
But hey, I loved it though, man. I loved it. That was good. So,
I do that to my wife all the time.
so
oh my
let's
god,
let's talk about what's coming up. This week we dropped in this morning. We're getting ready to hit the fresh news for our friends, the Think Ag group. Which Lou is looking wonderful in tonight. That hoodie is so clean, folks. Once again, man,
they got it right.
I gotta tell you, appreciate y'all sending this.
I mean, it feels good. You need to just get you one because it makes people think.
Ag group,
and that's all. That's the kind of shirts that we want to make. We make inspiration shirts, right? So think Ag group knows what they're doing. But this literally makes, hey, think. What do I need to think? I used to not like shirts that make people look at me. And then I turned into saying I wanted shirts that
any shirt he wore, people looked at him.
Made people. They're like, what do you want me to do? A trick?
What, you like foo-foo drinks?
I do.
So especially back in the day, he's kind of got a little stiffer drinks now. He'll drink some bourbon now, which is like, wow.
You guys can Kentucky me up.
There was a time though it had to be like a daiquiri or something with a E at the end of it.
Yeah, coffee.
Yeah, there you go.
Coffee.
Chase, what's up, bro? He said, I've been listening to you guys. Oh man, I appreciate that, dude. Respect,
appreciate
man.
It. Thank you.
Share if you don't mind. This week started.
How do you like it? What do you think? Suggestions, questions?
Yeah, man. Anything you think? What you think we need to add to the show? But yeah, man. Our week's been started off good. You're talking about the dealership, yeah, I'm sure you guys are rolling too. I think everybody is starting to get into a good rhythm, and I'm not saying it's normal, but it's definitely much better than not being able to do what we were able to do in the past. So it's definitely been a little bit less seamless. I'm enjoying it. I'm having fun, and it's been a good couple weeks now, and I feel like it's gonna
you know that scene in Coming to America where the two guys come out from underneath the cardboard,
yeah,
and they got that pile of cash after Akeem gives them that drop,
yeah,
and he comes like, Mortimer,
we're back,
Mortimer, we're back, we're back. He says, look, and he shows them that knot. The green knot,
right?
And he's like, "We're back." He said, and it was great. Well, I think that's where it is that we are. That's the feeling that I had in my heart leaving Saturday night. Like, we're back. You know what I mean? Man. And looked at the guys because we called it. We called it in the morning. Mm-hmm. We had the meeting in the morning. We said that's what we were doing that morning because it was the first time that we had the entire crew back together, and they were locked in, and hey, we are under a tent because the whole world just changed, and here we are back together after COVID-19, and right now we are going to push forward. We're going to forgive, focus, fly, they killed it. They hit the goal and actually could have exceeded it, but
dude,
we didn't stay late for a deal, a CC deal. We didn't want to.
Who wants that anyway? But anyway, what I'm saying is that was a great job. The week was amazing. I know that everybody went through hurdles, but I think what that proved, and it's amazing. I think it's a mental thing. We all know that. We all know that it's in between the ears a lot of the times. Now, we did have our hands were handcuffed behind our backs for the last 2 months. It was, you can't put somebody in your showroom. You can't even go walk around with them on the lot. What are you going to do? It's tough, right? But we found different ways to make it work. We had to adapt. Granted, numbers weren't the same, but there was numbers. There was things going on. We were being creative, which is fun because when your mind's being creative, guess what happens? You're growing still. And even though you're not monetarily growing, you're mentally growing, because what does mental growth do? Eventually, when things are like the way the economy was or is, when your mental game is getting stronger, that means when the economy, which is something you have no control over, but you do have control over this. When this gets stronger, when the economy adjusts to where it was, what's going to happen? You're going to make more of that because it's just natural the way it works. So just work on that. Keep grinding on that. It doesn't matter how long. I don't care if they tell us we can't be back to the way it was ever. It's still better than it was 2 months ago. I find gratitude. It's better than it was yesterday. The thing is that we've been every day coming into work expecting to sell at least 5. It's my guess. I'm always gonna be like 5 today, 5. That's my goal. but I don't get mad when I don't hit 5. And maybe that's a bad thing. You know, maybe I should not be that way. Maybe I should be upset, but I always come in with the next day with that same positive attitude, ready to rock it out to 5 again. It's not like, if we don't, it's okay. It's not that to me. It's just that we have to have a number. I think 5 is achievable if all things are going good. If you can get the approval, you can get people in, you know, but I think what's going to become the problem is the inventory. So that is the key. That is the key right now, but that's okay. We are solutionaries, and guess what?
And I've been, today we had a great conversation with somebody that we're going to be getting the chance to release that one day late, which we got to discuss because that's going to change things. We might give you guys something special if we have to delay by 1 day the release of that brew and new connection that we've made with somebody that is discussing how to get inventory and get it connected to people. He joined us on the show, him and his friend, Silicon Valley. They definitely
are doing some
solutions today. We had a great conversation.
Well, why didn't you tell me until now?
I didn't get the chance to talk about it because there's a lot to talk about. And if you guys know, I'm going to say a whole lot really long.
Wow,
but there's brewing solutions out there for dealerships.
We got 2 Einsteins, very great people that are just doing some amazing things.
Prodigy.
And wait till you guys hear about this. So we're going to have to delay it not too far now?
No, a day. So we might give you guys a special brew just so that we stay consistent with releasing every single Monday and then come out on Tuesday.
Maybe we'll get somebody
the whole other brew. We might have a recap day. What do you think?
Yeah, we might bring back a few people, try to get a few people on the live together. We'll talk, have fun, talk about all the
some other guests
good times and memories. Guys, we have some great future guests next week. I don't want to get too deep into it, but next week is going to be dope. The week after that's dope.
It's getting
dope.
The brew gets better every single cup.
Oh my gosh.
Could you imagine? Picture this. Imagine a coffee pot that every time you go to it to get a fresh cup of coffee, it's better every time. Isn't that the dream that we all have in the morning when we go to get our coffee? Let's be honest, folks. I want it to be better every time. Well, that's what's happening with Car Guy Coffee. There's so many smart people that are jumping in here and brewing solutions for you and your business, and it's costing you nothing. A good cup of coffee costs you what?
Nowadays? Depends on,
and right now you're at home trying to brew solutions on most of you were drinking coffee at the house still because we're not going to stores too much. I don't know. Depends on where you are. Everybody's opening at a different pace.
I look like such a, what's up, bro? You guys go to Molly Crew next weekend, man. Oh my God, my hair. I need to get a trim up.
He needs to have the guitar. All right. You guys would have some fun if Freddie, you have to comment in the yes, Freddie, play the guitar. You got to put the comment in there. If we get 10 people to say that Freddie needs to play the guitar one night, will you do it? If we get 10 people to say it?
10 people say it.
10 people say it.
I'll do it one night.
He'll play the guitar one night. And what we'll do is we'll have a little freestyle session and have a good time. You'll have some fun.
I'll bust out the
it'll be a good time.
D-A-D.
Get it.
I saw a really cool shirt today that had 3 musical notes at like tabs that are on it from guitars, and I know what notes they were just because I play guitar. So I was like, oh, that's dad, D-A-D. That's cool. So only dads that play guitar would know that, or people who play guitars would know that, but dads would think it's cool that play guitars.
Yeah.
So, anyway, off subject, back on subject. So
we're back.
So fresh news
is
the
on.
Think Ad Group, it's going to be releasing as soon as we get off here. It takes us normally, like I always tell you all, about 10, 15 minutes after that, sometimes longer. But it just depends because we still got to just get it out. We get the artwork. We get this going. We do it all ourselves because we are a 2-man show, literally. But it's awesome. So, folks, I'm going to throw it out there. We're going to be looking for sponsors. We already have one that's going to be sponsoring us. I'm just going to say it. Because I think that it's important that people hear this.
You want to know.
Because if you want to sponsor the show, if you want to sponsor an episode, if you want to sponsor one of these lives, we're going to have different ways for people to sponsor it. It's a great thing, and I think that it'll be an opportunity for you to be able to show your product, because we'll definitely promote the product while the show's going on. We can put a little commercial in there for you, but we'll talk about that some more. But man, it's coming down to that because it's time. Because for us, we want to make this show even better for people. I want to give you guys better camera angles, this and that. So in order for us to do that, we got to keep growing, right? In order for me to keep growing, I think sponsors need to be on there, and that'll help sponsors grow. So all that happens, everybody's good. Oh, let's see, Morgan says, we got one at least. Let's hear that guitar, man.
There we go.
There's one. Morgan,
Bing bong, and it begins, folks. Might as well already said it.
Very amateur, but I can play.
But
I'm not worried about what people think. That's for sure. But I am amateur. I'm definitely not like the way my hair looks. That makes sense. You know, like I'm not like I look like I can play like for real. Like you would come up to me and probably be like, "Oh, dude, that dude probably."
I think that's why he's learning to play so bad because he's like, if I'm gonna grow the hair, I gotta. You can't not have skills on a guitar with
I
this
tell you, my
hair.
guys, the same thing you all project with the right mindset and a positive get it done mentality. Nothing will stop you. Anything that wants them. J-Doc knows that mindset separates the greatness from the rest. Great nights. I'll keep tuning in. Hey, man, good night to you, man. I appreciate that. And you're right, man. We believe that so much. We've definitely made all the new connections with people that are solutionaries that are doing their thing. I mean, we got connections right now, friends that are definitely very supportive of what we're doing. I mean, matter of fact, one of our friends is going to be sponsoring a couple of our brews.
Go ahead and put it out there now. I'll let you know. El Patron's going to sponsor the show.
That's right.
His show's coming out. You're going to want to check it out.
Show's coming out, so you know.
The Game Changer is still changing the game.
Always.
Still changing the game. And the game has changed. And so you might want to listen to his show too, because he's definitely helping us.
Yeah, the El Patron show is going to be good. He's definitely inspired me. Like let me tell you something, folks. There's been a few people when I first started coming up with this idea with Lou. Before me and Lou even talked, I was already following some people. I don't mean to get messing with my hair right now. Sorry, guys, but it's just getting on my nerves. It looks stupid. So so I followed certain people. One of them was obviously Glenn Lundy. I love Glenn Lundy. Anybody who's in the car business, maybe not even in the car business, know who Glenn Lundy is. This dude's amazing. He's the hardest working guy in the car business right now. So this is why I put on the show I put on. I'm trying to keep up with that guy. That's just one person. Next guy, El Patron. No doubt he caught my radar because this guy is everywhere. He is so where you cannot miss this guy. You're like, okay, if there's people on social media, name some. There's one of them. Definitely, no doubt. So I followed him really quick, you know. Then, the list goes on and on and on. You can keep going. Frank Lopez, you can, you know, I can just keep going. Adam Marburger, people we've had on our show, man, unbelievable. Justin Jarrett, oh my God, right? These people have been doing it for years, you know. Then just new up and coming guy, been in the business forever. Dustin Corbett, he's got his own little show too now. On the, you know, 2 steps ahead. I mean, no doubt, up and coming star too. Definitely has a great message, you know. But I mean, it just keeps going and going. And these people inspired me. Grant Cardone's, Gary V's out there. They tell you just do it. You know, you're never too old. That's what Gary Vee talks about. Social media, use it, abuse it, use TikTok, use it all. That's why you can ask Lou. Lou was, when I first started talking about TikTok, Lou was kind of like, okay, I knew he would like it deep down in his heart.
I've been doing TikTok. I've been doing TikTok since Musically, but I haven't been it hasn't been my face. I've been behind a mask. I've been hiding, and I've been behind the camera a lot.
Why is he trying to act like he's Michael Jackson behind the mask?
Been here. What?
Oh, you stupid. I love
that. Is a dope song.
It was.
That is a really great song.
Whoop.
What are you talking about?
Hi, guys. What's up? I'm here tonight just to say, get out behind the mask.
I don't know why.
Okay,
it's a little crazy.
No, obviously,
that's what happens when you get seriously silly.
Oh, all there you go.
Core Guy Coffee.
Well, you know, we
what's up? Hey, that's my brother.
There he is.
What's up, bro?
There he is.
How are you? I love you, man. Oh, I love you. And whose is this? Whose was this, huh? It wasn't yours. It wasn't Joey's. He had the Power Rangers. This was our father's. And it was kind of something awesome that showed up inside of our life. I did a video with it. It had a whole bunch of views, like back when YouTube just started coming out. It's really, really old. Magley Serrano was on there. Speaking of Magley Serrano,
Bobby Whale.
Sweet
Lou Ramirez.
What's up, Bobby, brother?
Sweet Lou Ramirez.
Hey,
I love that.
I love that guy.
Sweet Lou Ramirez.
Bobby. Oh, he is one of the smartest people you'll get to have a conversation with. I used to sit down listening to Bobby and be like watching him with other people and notice when inside of an exchange of you cannot ask a question he doesn't know. Like inside of this battle of wits, he is way more armed than this other person. You know, when you sit outside of a conversation and you watch it, you're like, wow, you are completely unarmed against this smart man. And he's just a master. We helped a lot of people out, right, Bobby? Love you, brother.
That's awesome, man.
Incredible.
It was a bad time for Michael Jackson to be around kids.
It's a bad time.
Come on, man. We love him too much. Don't say that stuff, man.
No, it was.
That hurts too much. We think of Michael as Michael.
Yeah, it was. You know, the unfortunate thing about, and if this ever became a polarizing subject between people on the whole Michael Jackson flow, again, I believe that he was a person that had incredible talent.
Oh, dude.
Incredible gifting.
There's no doubt.
Was completely taken advantage of.
Boom.
And I do not believe for any second that he would have harmed a child. I think mentally he really put himself in that place and could buy his own mentality and own world to make him be there. He built an amusement park because that's where he wanted to live. And with the childlike heart that I have, and I look at my big empty land, I'd much rather see Neverland than seeing a cornfield. You know what I'm saying? Me personally. But I don't think that he would have ever done anything horrible to children. I think that it was completely used against him, the great heart that he had. And that's unfortunate because that's what media does to you. It's why, you know, you gotta be careful how it is that you let people into your life.
Whatever it is.
You don't just drink any cup of
Michael
coffee.
Jackson to me is my childhood. I think about like being influenced by music at a very young person, as in like kindergarten age, you know, like being so young. Like the first thing I remember as music for me was Michael Jackson. Like I remember loving, because this is when like the Thriller album came out, and that was like, to me, wow, it was mind, like, you know, from everything from, you know, obviously Thriller, Beat It, Billie Jean, that album. I mean, the album before that was Knockout too. I mean, when I listen to it, honestly, Thriller is not even my favorite one.
The Off the Wall album, I think is actually the best album.
It's amazing, but I was so young then, I didn't really know it, but I knew Thriller, you know, so that was what made me a Michael Jackson fan. I mean, I was super young, and then by the time I became old enough to listen to all his music, obviously Off the Wall. I mean, dude, you can talk about dancing, boogieing down. Can't top that. I mean, hit after hit. But I mean, even afterwards, there's still great songs. I mean, internationally huge, gigantic, the biggest songs of all time type stuff, man. And so yeah, so I love that guy. So anyway, enough about Michael Jackson. Yeah, we got a Michael doll. So what? Hello, and I'll moonwalk the rest of my life. That's right, because he's that amazing. That's the thing that correlates into the car business, is that sometimes you might actually be going backwards and look like you're going forward. That's the magic of the moonwalk. You can continue to know that you're eventually going to go forward again. And in the process of going backwards, you look like you're going forward. It's just if you want to be starting something, then you've got to be starting something. Left foot up, right foot back.
Slide.
Slide.
Check out a TikTok.
Slide. Anyway, so no, man, like we said, the fresh news coming out is going to be awesome. This next one after this on Thursday night, like I said, we're going to have them both on to recap the week's show, which is awesome. It's the first time we've done that. That's going to be really cool. So check that one out. And then next week, we're going to have our next guest. I'm excited about that one too. That's going to be a really, really, really good one, folks.
And guys, there's a lot of great information. You're going to want to get it. I'm serious.
Don't miss it.
Get you some of that.
Get you some of that. Make sure you hit up our car.
And did you have fun watching the Sisters of Savings do the egg challenge? Did anybody else have fun doing that? If you didn't have fun watching that, go check it out. It's good, wholesome fun. It is. And you might want to try it yourself. We challenged some people. We can't wait till they accept the challenge and go ahead and do it. But it's fun. It is fun. It gets your heart rate going, and you're just excited when you do it. But we did challenge some sisters, and they did it at the same time, and it worked. Really cool. Go check it out. It started with some sisters in our world. If this challenge started anywhere else, I don't know, but it started with the daughters of El Patron,
daughters,
and it made its way to the Sisters of Savings in Michigan, and it's not going to stop, folks. It's not going to stop. The challenge continues.
So
thank you.
We appreciate you guys tuning in tonight.
Yes.
Thank you very
we
much.
Launch this.
We had a great time. We will see you all on Thursday night, 11:30ish to midnight-ish, right? That's our usual. Tonight was a little bit later than that, but that's okay. Because Lou and I had a lot to catching up, and we actually have a lot more to talk about because I didn't realize that he had talked to certain people, which is really cool. I'm really excited about hearing this. So, and you guys should be too. So make sure you don't stop watching, because if you do, you're a fool. And I do.
But you might want to check this video out one more time just so that we can recap how much fun inside of a small pill of a 1 minute fun video to get your day started. If you want some Car Guy coffee, don't worry, it's coming soon. Until then, go check out the carguycoffee.store shop and get you some swag. The shirts are comfortable as these, and this is really, really comfortable. You might want to think about
Ad
that.
group. I did that all night long.
Every time.
Sweet. All right. We appreciate you guys for watching, and check this out.
All right, bye. We'll see you. I love you guys. Hey. Not my lover.
We're out of here. Let's see you later. We got work to do.
We do. See y'all later.
Forgive, focus, fly, everybody.
Woo,
Love you
going.
all. Get you some.